Hello and welcome to another edition of the Legends League here. We're so glad you're able to join us this evening. We have for you tonight Team Spruce versus Team Buckethead. Casting tonight is yours truly, Obligated Marlin, alongside Life of Aori, aka Bishank.
Hello.
And Bishank, getting right away into these bands here. What are we seeing?
Let's take a little time to digest this. We're catching up. People here on the band phase. We got two ADC bands coming from Team On My Wings, and then we got a couple mid lane. We got one mid lane band, and two jungle bands from the side of Spruce over here. This is the first time Lord Yaya is getting Renekton tonight. Excited to see that. It's one of his best champs. One of his probably best champs. Um, and I also like the ADC bands coming out from Team On My Wings here. Till truth is, he seems to be the person to carry on their team if he's got enough gold his way. Uh, I like the ADC bands. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it too. As troll as they say, they refer to their bot lane as weak side in quotations, but let's call a spade. If their bot lane isn't the strongest part of their team typically, and so throwing some bans at the ADC, Tilt Truth and Spruce's lane, the two first pick, the captain and the first pick player for that team. I think it's a good idea to kind of mitigate some of the carry potential that could come out of the bot lane if Lord Buckethead's bot lane were to stumble behind early.
Cool. I can get behind that. Do you think the Twitch ban was a ban at Till Truth, or potentially a ban at either jungle pick or maybe even support? Since we've seen AP Twitch support come out in the past couple weeks.
I'm pretty sure it's at Till Truth. I played with him a couple games on Twitch, and he's popped off. I think both games that he's played it, and pair that up with Spruce on his really good Lulu pick. I think that's a good ban. I think it was directed at Truth. And Bernie, aka Spruce, is done playing these enchanters tonight. He's played Lux. He's played Lulu. He says, I'm gonna be some tank. I'm gonna be some engaged to follow up the movement Renekton, and I'm gonna dive you guys. He locks into Leona. So a
I
little
like
change
it.
of pace for him here. Yeah.
I like it. I talked about it in previous games. He's really good at not dying on these enchanter supports, but maybe he could be offering more. Getting in the thick of it, getting in front of his AD carry, and making sure that his AD carry is one that makes it out alive in these fights. Um, what do you? What kind of bands do you want to see from the two teams here? I like the another ADC band coming out of Red Side. What do you think?
Yeah, that's three ADCs down against Till Truth. I know he still plays Kai'Sa. He still
Mm-hmm.
can play Ashe. I've seen him play Jhin. So I mean, the guy has a pretty deep champion pool, so that they just got to kind of
Yeah,
pick and choose their battles. I like the Ezreal ban with the Morgana pick coming in because locking Ezreal down can be pretty tricky with that Arcane Shift available for Ezreal.
for sure. I could see a Kai'Sa band coming out here too, just to really hit home. Oh, they went for the Ashe instead. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, Ashe Leona is a lot of CC, but on the other hand, Leona already has a lot of CC, and she kind of just wants a lot of burst damage to come along with her. And I think Leona Kai'Sa is actually going to be a really strong lane for them. I assume that's going to be the pick for Till Truth here. We'll see what they end up going for though.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're going to see the Kai'Sa locked in. And then the other two bans for the side of Team Spruce, they ban away the Viger and the Nico for On My Wings. So they put three bans into him, and we'll see what he goes for a fourth champion, something like an Anivia maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And here's that Kai'Sa getting locked in or
Mm.
hovered, I should say, and there it is locked in.
Yep. I'm actually a bit surprised to see the Jinx come out of Red Team here. I
Yeah,
believe Master Wattage is going to be the ADC this game, and I don't see him play Jinx very often. She's also a very particular champ in the sense that I don't think, me personally, when I play with Jinx, I don't think she's a very strong early game champ in the slightest. She needs about 2 or 3 items, and then she has a potential carry. So I don't like the aversion from early here on Red Team.
yeah. Playing Jinx against a Leona, Renekton, a Mumu. If the Morgana stumbles on one black shield, the Jinx is going to get locked down pretty hard. You do have the
Yeah,
Shen, Taunt, and ult for peeling. Um, so there is that to factor in, and just like we called it, we called the Kai'Sa, we called the Anivia. Um, just comfort picks on both sides of the map here.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what to make of the Cho'Gath and Anivia matchup. I think on paper it should be favored for the Anivia. But if the Cho'Gath lands he's got two ways to interrupt the Anivia R if he gets in her face. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I think Demonitis is just gonna have to try and farm up and play safe. Has a Shyvana jungle on the enemy team, not the best ganker pre-6.
Yeah.
So he could play with some comfortability knowing that he's not going to get pressured super early, barring some good stuns landed by Nivea.
How do you expect to see this early game pan out? Both junglers kind of had the same goal in mind, which is hit 6 as soon as possible. But Amumu has a little more flexibility in the early game and can look for those ganks.
Yeah, Amumu and Shyvana can farm their jungle pretty efficiently. I think you're right. I'd like to see the Amumu look for some ganks earlier on while the Shyvana is most likely rushing to 6. If the Amumu does a full clear of his jungle, and depending on which way he starts, paths, does a full clear and then looks for a gank at level 4. That's what I'd like to see because I think the Shyvana is, like I said, going to be doing a full clear and just trying to power level a 6.
Yep. That being said, I've played against Lord Buckethead Shyvana. If a gank opportunity is obvious enough to him, he will take it. He will break away from the farming to try to pick up that kill and try to alleviate some pressure on the map. So there's a potential for him, especially in some pushing lanes. I'm not sure. I feel like the Anivia doesn't get pushed in by the Cho, but there's a potential for the Renekton to push into the Shen. So I could see perhaps Shyvana spending some time in the top lane to try to alleviate some of that pressure. Both junglers probably want to aim for a bot lane gank once they hit 6 as well.
Bishank, you're a top lane guy. How is the Renekton versus Shen matchup? I know you hate playing against Renekton. He's a penultimate lane bully up there, but how does this
Yeah, buddy.
matchup go?
I have no idea because I ban that shit every single game. I hate Renekton. I hate. Yeah, I just hate Renekton. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Not a fun champ to play against. I will say it's probably not too bad for the Shen. He's kind of a bulwark there in the top lane. Not many lanes abuse him. And Shen has some counterplay to the Renekton as well. He can use his W to avoid the Renekton W, which is a big part of Renekton's trading pattern. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays out.
I hope
I think
this
the pushing
Cho'Gath
advantage is in Renekton's favor, but Shen does have ways to outplay it.
Okay. I hope this Cho'Gath builds a little bit of damage because you have a Leona, you have the Amumu, Kai'Sa. I mean, Rekton does some good damage depending on the build.
Mm-hmm.
Kai'Sa can do some damage, but it feels like this comp is a little similar to the comp we see them run earlier in the season. It's relatively low damage if this Kai'Sa doesn't get strong early. I just don't see a lot of bursting out of a Shyvana or a Shen or enough sustained damage to, work around these Leona AoE ults, Mumu AoE ult. I think I'm gonna have to give the Marlins marquee matchup to the bot lane because if Spruce's team wants to get off the Schneid here on 0-6, it's gonna have to be Spruce and Till Truth carrying from the bot lane. I think.
Mm-hmm. I agree. They had a good opportunity to do so in their first game with Kai'Sa earlier this evening. It was looking good for them, but ultimately they fumbled a bit of the mid-game fights. I'm looking to see them clean it up and really try to carry from the bot lane, which I think is what this team was built around. I want to was Till Truth the first pick for Spruce here? I want to say it
Yeah, he was.
was.
He was. Yeah, Spruce. I think elected to have like the third or fourth pick in the draft, and he picked Till Truth with his first pick. Being a support captain, he wanted to have an ADC that he was going to have comfortability with
Mm-hmm.
and synergy with, and so
Yep.
he picked Till Truth right away.
Both very good players. Both have played League of Legends for a long time and have played League of Legends together for a long time, which is really important. And that's why I think it's so surprising to see them falter in these games. I do expect them to carry. I expect them to be the ones to put the team on their back and really close these games out, but they haven't been able to do so far. I'm excited to see Spruce on a non-enchanter champ to see how it changes his play style, to see whether he can really get in and change these team fights. And I'm interested to see how Red Team can counteract it, because this is something we haven't seen from Spruce yet.
And it looks like Shen has forgot to purchase items here, starting on level 1. We'll see. We'll see if Irish catches it. He might be just a little
Uh,
excited to get out onto the map,
yeah,
but we'll see
yeah. I
what
hope he
happens here.
does. I hope he does. You know, even right now in his current form, he doesn't need an item for this invade. The binding goes wide. He maybe was
Yeah,
expecting a sidestep there to get into the chicken pit. So nice prediction, but ultimately kind of throws the invade out the window. Irish still no items, but if he starts E, you know, he's still gonna achieve his goal of looking for a CC and a kill in this invade. Ultimately, they get a ward and they back out though.
yeah. Shen's still not basing. I think if he bases right now, he can get his purchase off and get to lane in time. But
I wonder if
or
anyone's realized it.
he's just gonna walk up there. He doesn't have items. You know, in the pregame interview before this match started, he did say he was gonna run it down and help Spruce out here. But I didn't have this in mind when
He
he said
did
that.
say he was also lighting up a joint, so you know, there's a lot of things in motion going on right now. He still has. Either he's realized that he has no items and has chosen to fuck it up and go for it anyway, or he still hasn't realized it. Either way, I'm not sure how I feel.
Yeah, I think you misspoke. He lit up a happy cigarette. That's what
Happy
that
cigarette.
was.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids. A bit surprising though. We see a Renekton in the mid lane instead of the top lane. I think that was a bit surprising. We were expecting to see the
Wait a
Cho'Gath
minute.
mid.
This is Lord Yeah going mid. I noticed he had the ignite, but I just assumed he was going to try and shit on the Shen top. And
Very
it's
interesting. Gotta change my
I
scoreboard here a bit.
yeah, same. I think the Cho'Gath probably matches up maybe a little bit better with the Shen, just because you're not so auto attack reliant like on your Renekton W.
Yeah, if you had to take a guess at the reasoning behind the swap here, do you think it's to secure a better matchup for the Renekton? Do you think it's possibly to get Cho'Gath out of a bad matchup? What do you think?
I'm not sure. It looks like the Jinx flash was taken. Tiltruth pinged that in the chat, and as I look at the summoner, Jinx's flash is gone.
Oh.
To answer your question though, I don't want to harp on it too much, but when you haven't found a win yet, I think you have to mix it up a little bit, and don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and
Yeah.
try something different, because what you've been doing clearly has been working.
For sure.
Um,
You think this is
and
that something different? A
yeah,
little
I
bit
think
of
this is about something different, and
yeah.
and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the season you see the Stone Giraffe move into the mid lane. I've recently laned against him a couple times, and he's a great mid laner, and he could match toe to toe with On My Wings, I think, pretty well.
And Demon plays jungle, correct? He would be the swap there.
I think he can, and if he doesn't, it'd be worth a conversation. Say, hey man, how do you feel about playing some tank junglers, some of Mumus, and seeing what we can do?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
Or
with you, man.
taking a pretty tough trade in the mid lane. This wave's crashing into his turret, and he just got poked out pretty hard.
Yep. You do see TP gone from the Shin. He picked up a Negatron cloak as his first item. Ends up kind of working out that he didn't die there in those first couple fights with the Cho'Gath, because pick up a Negatron cloak as your first item is pretty damn solid, especially against an AP top laner and AP jungle. So overall, great pickup from him. I'm curious to know what item he's gonna go. He could go something like a Spirit Visage, or there's a lot of actually items nowadays that could be pretty solid. Maybe even Abyssal Mask. We'll see what he ends up building into. He's a little bit down to CS right now, but lane is pushing back to him, so he has an opportunity to pick up some CS there. CS is even for the junglers. Nivea's got a little bit of a lead there, and even in the bot lane as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear Irish's thoughts on why. Oh wow, good play by Spruce. Just walks up, baits out the black shield, and now that's a 20-some second cooldown gone that the Jinx is gonna have to respect, not having any flash available if she's not careful. Spruce is looking to make a play here and trying to get this Kaisa fed early.
Yep. Good trade from Irish top lane, knowing that the Cho'Gath has no mana. He can pretty freely take that, although Cho does have some pretty beefy auto attacks with his E. Let's see here.
We
Overall,
have a
pretty...
Mumu coming in for a gank. They should have saw that it was warded though. Morgana was clearing out a ward and dropped a ward in that tri-bush. So they should know that that's warded. Mumu should, he's only 6 CS down in the jungle against Buckethead. I'd like to see it. Oh, Morgana stepping up. Mumu lands the bandage. It's in on Smurfy.
The bond misses as well.
Smurfy does have flash.
Morgana.
Yep, that's both flashes down in the bot lane.
Yep.
Anivia just reset and TP'd back, but they could look for a potential dragon here. It's only 5 minutes into the game, but you know, Mumu with that W. Oh my God, Lord Yaya goes in.
Ooh, flashing from the Renekton there. Ultimately doesn't get much out of it. This really good black shield coming out from the Morgana.
Yeah, that's good
Good root
reflexes
here
from
as
the
well.
Morgana.
This could turn into a kill with the lockup from the Anivia. Good
Yeah,
ignite on the Renekton as well.
I think Lord Yaya is gonna go down here.
He might be
Does he
okay.
have the
He's
E?
coming back up
Wow.
here. He gets out. Nice.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought
Irish
he was
taking
for sure
some
dead.
heat here in the top lane. He's gonna get the lane pushed into him. Cho'Gath should get a nice base here and not need to use his teleport. We'll see if he ends up using it anyway, though. Red team does pick up first dragon, but we're getting a pretty big CS lead here in the bot lane. Kai's free farming there with the Leona beside him.
Yeah. 17 CS, 16 minutes into the game. There's a huge wave crashing into.
That is a big wave. Yep.
Yeah, the Jinx is gonna catch up a little bit here if he can CS under turret. Okay.
Yep. CS still about equal in the top lane. I would have liked to see Irish to get a base off here too, just because he knows that the Cho'Gath base as well. If, he's slow pushing it back, which is I don't know how I feel about that either. I really would like to see him base just because he is on low HP.
Go in, Jordy. I think Renekton with how low the mana was on Anivia, I think that he could have sliced and diced his way on top of the Anivia and maybe
Big
even
wave
forced a
too.
flash.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
wave. So he would have hit Q on a lot of different minions. Could have stacked up that rage bar pretty quickly. Also, for those who don't know, Jordy is Lord Yaya and the Renekton. You guys don't know.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Lord Yaya.
Starting to see a pretty big CS lead here in the mid lane. Equal top lane. Really big CS in the jungle now too. We've seen Amumu look for a couple ganks like we were talking about, but ultimately hasn't really. Yeah, hasn't got them much.
Yeah. He's been caught out on most of his ganks by Vision. I'd like to see him have a sweeper ready to go. 7.5 minutes in the game, and if you're looking for a gank, looking for control in a river, you need to have a sweeper. And on his next recall, I'd like to see a sweeper come out so he has a little bit more confidence in his ganks, knowing that he's not getting caught out by the enemy team's vision.
That's a mistake by me that I make a lot when I play jungle is I don't pick up that red trinket, that Oracle lens.
Yeah, it's so critical on junglers.
Yeah. So much so that a lot of junglers take it level 1, right? They'll get that yellow trinket in the pixel bush or somewhere in river, and then they'll immediately go back to base. They'll pick up that Oracle lens, and then they keep it for the rest of the game. So
yeah, definitely. You see that pretty commonly.
See,
Getting...
this is right here is where I'd like to see the Renekton go in.
Yeah,
he's running away. The Navy's already used this entire combo. Get the hell in there.
He's got the ignite.
This is good damage. Wow, that's a lot of fucking damage. I'll be honest. He was very, very afraid of the Anivia living through the combo and getting out, and then possibly also the Shyvana. That being said, I don't know. If I was
with
that
the
Renekton,
ult ticking, that I would, even if the Anivia comes out, he's gonna be so low. Here's an engage on the Morgana.
Ooh, that's a great binding. That's a great binding.
Can the Kaisa get out? Does Kaisa have ult? No, Kaisa does not get out. That's first blood.
Yep.
And
maybe Spruce down as well. Okay, he gets out. Oh, ooh, do they keep going? Oh, okay. Bind misses. Spruce looking to go back in.
And while that was happening, Shyvana did take the Rift Herald. You look in his inventory, you see that he has the Rift Herald. So a play bot lane and a play top lane. Really well played by Lord Buckethead.
Oh,
looks like On My Wings is gonna have to flash.
That was a really good shot from Wings. Does it matter though?
The Renekton didn't follow up the Amumu there. Miscommunication. I think the Anivia should be dead. Yeah, missed opportunity there. I'm not sure if Renekton thought that Amumu had him solo killed without any more assistance from the Renekton, but oh wow, great play by Truth here. He lands the W from distance and he hits him with the mastery.
Very nice, very nice. They will pick a kill on the Morgana there. More trading here, playing from the Shen and the Cho'Gath. It's gonna be back.
I don't think. I guess it shows pretty low on mana, but Cho has ult. If Irish keeps going here, yeah, there's the Shen flash, but on Q here's Shyvana. She doesn't quite have the ult yet, so she can't pursue any longer. And the Cho'Gath I think is gonna reset. And he has TP up. Good play by the Cho though. He's matching the Shen in CS. and he's just gonna get tankier and tankier as this game progresses. And other than the Jinx, they don't really have a tank shred. I guess if the Anivia builds Leandri's, you know, if he gets locked up in that Anivia R, there's some tank shred there. But
got a gank happening in the mid lane here. I can just slice the dice out of it. Not a big deal. Shyvana uses her ultimate, but that's also not a big deal either. That'll be back up here in a little bit. He does drop the Rift as well. Gonna get some plates for himself and for his mid laner. I would have liked to see that held on a little bit longer, perhaps. We got 3 more minutes for plates to really fall off, and I like to see it used on a lower HP turret so that it can finish it off and get those last couple plates that are really tanky. Looks like
Renekton goes
in mid lane. Renekton's in there. He
over the wall.
still has flash.
Oh, double ult here by Leona. I don't know if this is what they want. The Shen has TP down. Spruce is caught out now. Spruce goes down. Amumu and Kai'Sa are walking out. Cho'Gath didn't elect to use the TP to follow the Shen. The Shen TP behind them, got a flank in, and secures his team a double kill.
Kai'Sa does have ultimate here. Could look for it on the back line, perhaps. Nope. Kill and Dragon goes over to the red team here.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath with a delayed TP is gonna show up late to this fight and drop. Is that the new icon for a Hex Drinker? Is that the item Renekton has?
Hex Drinker, I think so. Yeah, that looks to be it. So he's really stacking on the MR. Not a bad idea against the Shyvana and the Anivia. Looks like he still has a good amount of damage too in these fights, so seems like a good pickup.
Anivia TP's back to lane. Oh boy,
Ooh.
they're diving Master Wattage, but there's the Shen ult.
It's a really good Shen ult. Really good fucking Shen ult. Oh, it looks like a good taunt as well. Spruce goes down for it. Damn, that's kind of crazy. The dive was a great idea, in my opinion, but they didn't have the damage to follow it up with the Shen ult on top.
Right. Yeah. Gotta respect that Shen ult. You know,
it feels near instant too.
Yeah, I mean, the coordination is there for Team Buckethead. They're calling those ults out right away for Shen.
Yep. Oh, can he land the W? Yeah, he does. God, that's some damage, isn't it?
Yeah,
What's that, man?
I don't think the flash was needed there. He had the Hex Drinker shield.
Yeah, I don't think that flash was needed either.
I wonder if he's gonna go back in. The Anivia does have the. Oh boy.
I can see him stack up his. Ooh.
And he's gonna die.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Yeah, the Anivia passive.
Yep. All he wanted to do was get the passive out. That way you can look for another fight afterward. And we got a little BM in all chat too. Anivia dropping that egg.
Man, that's that black shield. I don't know if you caught that, B-Shank, but that black shield stopped the Leona EQ and ult from CCing the Jinx.
Love it. Yeah, I didn't catch that. That's a really, really good play, and the main reason they picked that champion for here. So, really solid play from Smurfy on the Morgana.
Shyvana's down here looking for a gank.
I hate Morgana, man. I love this play though from Smurfy. Is it enough to save wattage?
Amumu has the ult. Tiltrude's looking for the double kill. No, one goes over to the Amumu, but I think the Shyvana's gonna clean this up maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah, Leona's got
it.
No flash on the Shyvana. I think that's it. It's a 2 for 2.
Yep, that's it. Not the worst. Kai'Sa still has a pretty big CS lead. Is now equal in kills to the Jinx as well. Does not have her mythic item completed though, whereas the Jinx does. So a bit more power on the Jinx right now. Yeah,
Jinx electing for that Kraken Slayer. You know, when you have a Leona and a Mumu Cho'Gath, I think that is the right play for that tank shred. A lot of times I see Jinxes go for that Gale Force just because a Jinx with a dash is pretty nuts. But I think in this situation, I like the idea to go for the Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, I believe it too. They got four champions on blue team here that are gonna have a good amount of HP, so Kraken Slayer definitely a good pickup. I'm a bit curious, Kai'Sa, the 3 items she has, I don't believe build into one item, right? Are those 2 items that he's building at the same time?
Yeah, wattage in no man's land here I think is gonna drop. The Shen ult isn't available. Leona does ult onto the Shyvana.
Go down. Love it. Love it.
Ooh, the Kaisa
Oh,
ult doesn't go anywhere. I think he was
it goes
blinded by the.
nowhere. I think he ulted then binded, or ulted then got binded, but I might be wrong on that.
Yeah, that might have been the interaction. I think he tried to outplay the binding, and Smurfy got him. Smurfy's playing a really clean Morgana this game.
He is. He's doing a really good job. And he's been instrumental to Jinx getting the kills that she has so far. And he's gonna be really instrumental to keep her safe throughout the rest of this game as well. Good taunt coming in from the Shen, good damage, not gonna turn into anything. Might be able to force a base out from the Cho, but he does have
Kaisa-
Mumu waiting.
Kaisa does have the Dustblade now, B-Shank, so she's elected for the lethality on that Dustblade. We saw her play Kaisa previously in the season, and he did pick the Dustblade, so it looks like that's the build he's comfortable with.
Yep. Interesting. It's a cool idea.
On the Rift Herald, I think they know Shyvana's on the Rift Herald. They could contest this. Yeah, there's this a 4v3 in the top lane, but as I said, Morgana and Nivea are stepping up, and now there's 4v4. We got both ADCs in the bot lane, and if you're Team Buckethead, you gotta like that because the Kaisa is much stronger than your ADC.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Mumu was able to get his ult off before he died. Doesn't get much though. Another good trade here in the top lane. And a lot of pressure coming out from red team, man. They got a 5k goal lead at 16 minutes, which is pretty massive.
Yeah, that's a pretty healthy gold lead for just under 17 minutes into the game. They have 2 dragons. They took the first Rift Herald. They take the second one now. Pretty clean game right now from Lord Buckethead. We'll see if they can. Ooh, and there's that interaction. The
yeah, love it. That's
is that Spirit's Refuge or what is?
Yep.
Yeah, Spirit's Refuge blocks the Renekton stun, and a third dragon goes over to Team Buckethead, putting them on soul point.
Yep. Overall, everything going in the favor of red team right now. Looks like Shyvana may pick up even another kill here.
Oh man, this is just nasty.
Big old
Shyvana diving in with a Shen ult. Kaisa having to get the hell out of there.
Ooh, that wall almost caught the Nivea flash out as well. Afraid of the Mumu engage. Red team still with a lot of pressure here. Really strong front line with some scaling backliners as well. That Jinx is gonna be really scary.
The Q on the Jinx.
Can they do more though? There's no ult on the Mumu.
Oh,
you can be a little sticky.
Kaisa goes in though. This is a split fight. They don't have the rest of their team.
Ooh, this is really good for Kaisa.
Going over for
really good for Kaisa. I would have liked to see that second kill gifted over to Kaisa as well.
I think they're at the stage of the game where a kill is a kill is a kill, other than it going to Spruce. But yeah, in an ideal situation, yeah, you definitely want to see that go over to the Kaisa.
Yeah, for sure. I like the idea with the Dustblade too on her. It's a pretty cool concept.
The Shen doesn't have Bammy Cinder. Uh-oh, there's an engage onto the Anivia. He doesn't have Flash, but there's the double stun.
Yep, plus the egg as well.
Oof, what an outplay.
Oof, damn.
Big outplay coming out of it on my wings.
Hate to see it. Oh, the Hex Shrinker.
You got the ignite. You got the ignite. Ooh, the chicken's out.
Oh.
And you're gonna die anyway. Yeah, that's the second time.
Damn shame. Hey, he committed the flash, which meant that he committed to the fight, but he ends up still backing out after getting the egg. Maybe getting the egg was enough for him to consider it a win, but I definitely would have liked to see him commit for the kill there. He had ignite, you're right, and he wasn't under immediate pressure.
Lord, yeah, completes his Maw of Malmortius for first item. I'm not sure how much magic damage Shyvana does with that build. I imagine some. I know Shen does some magic damage. Obviously, Morgana doing some magic damage. So what are your thoughts on that first item from the Renekton?
In general, I don't like seeing the Maw maxed out. That's an item you kind of wait until later after you've picked up other core items, because you already get the shield from the Hex Drinker. That's really what you're buying it for. The Maul makes it a little bit stronger. It's a little bit stronger shield to get a little more MR, a little more base stats across the board. But you've already got what you got, or you've already got what you came for with the Hex Drinker shield. So I don't like it. He could have, if he really wanted more MR, he could have opted for a second MR item.
Oh, I think he's gonna go down. Yep. Oh! The 1-for-1. Well played by the Shogath.
Yeah, very well played. Ends up being trading kills.
Trading flashes, trading kills.
Yep, trading flashes as well. Irish does have his TP up, still has his R. Cho'Gath still has his R as well. Surprised he didn't use it in that fight.
I think
Oh,
he was Zoom, otherwise he would have
gotcha.
loved to chomp down on that Shen.
Yeah. What do you
20
think?
minutes into the game here, B-Shank it's cresting over a 77,000 gold lead. You know, what's the way back into the game here for Team Spruce?
Well, they're down a couple turrets, so if they can pick up a couple turrets, they can claw some of that gold lead back. They, as an unfortunate position that they're in, they really need to be able to fight for this fourth dragon. Um, it is Cloud Soul, so it's not the end of the world if Red Team picks it up. But still something that it should be on their radar to try to deny from Red Team. Baron's always going to be a big issue. Red Team has with the Anivia and the Jinx, they can shred it. Oh, and don't get me
And the
wrong.
Shyvana with the blade.
Yeah, Shyvana with the Blade of the Rune King and just being hyper fed. Very quick to delete Baron on this team. That's a really good Black Shield on the Morgana there. Probably prevents him from getting picked out entirely.
Oh man, are they gonna be able to burst this
Shyvana.
guy before the Shen?
Shen comes in as well. It's a
Shyvana's
3-man
down.
taunt. Shyvana is down. It's a big shutdown gold. Smurfy's still alive. Master Wattage is doing well in this fight. The Cho should go down here as well. Maybe even the Leona.
I think that's a 4-for-1, and
Yep,
Kaisa,
yep.
I don't think Kaisa's gonna. Well, she does have the turret, but nope, they're just gonna turn for the Baron. They realize their advantage is there.
Ooh,
They
Wattage
just
is looking for a dive here. Yeah, they're just gonna back off. Do they have enough HP to do Baron? I think so. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think so with the Shen.
Yeah.
Like you said, they have Jinx to shred it with her Q. Nivea with that ult ticking. That
Yep.
Leandre's is doing work, I'm sure.
Sure.
It's gonna be a 22-minute Baron.
Yeah. Honestly, this game's looking pretty wrapped up. Red Team just needs to go down and pick up that Cloud Soul that's spawning here in a couple seconds. It's up now. They're going to use the Baron powered recalls. Blue Team should look to run straight there to deny that, because I think Cloud Soul plus Baron basically just guaranteeing a Red Team victory. We do see Amumu looking to head over there, maybe to drop a ward. But he really needs his team around him to try to stop this dragon. I'd also like to see Red Team start it up ASAP and really get the ball moving, that we can get as much out of their Baron as possible.
All right, they have a pink over the wall. They have a regular ward over the wall. They're not gonna give this up without a fight. You know, if they can land a good succession of CC with a Mumu, Leona. There's the engage by Spruce, but there's no follow up. Where's the Amumu? Oh, the Amumu's wrapping around. Misses the bandage toss. He gets trapped by the Anivia wall. He's got a flash over the wall. Till Truth flashes out. Renekton presses R, but there's just not enough damage. There's not enough. They're just too far behind to really get into these fights without a perfect engage. Oh man, this Morgana ult is going to be a 3-man stun, 2-man stun. Okay. Oh wow, and the insta Zonya is really well played. Till Truth flies in to at least secure a kill out of this exchange, but that's Cloud Soul. It's a 4-for-1 and now a 12k gold lead here for Team Buckethead. Bucket lives matter. Is this the game?
Yep. It might be. You know, my client is frozen. I am. Oh, it's back. It's back. All right, let me speed up to where you guys are.
Yeah, we're at 23-24 right on the dot.
We're at 24 now. Shit. I see.
They're pushing mid lane here. They got everyone but Morgana's running down mid lane. There's gonna be 2 inhibs down here at 24 minutes. They have the Cloud Soul. Not the most impactful soul I've seen for their comp. Obviously, the Shyvana loves it with her ult, but outside of that, I guess the Morgana ult. They catch out the Jinx farming the wolves. He has flash. He's got the Morgana with him, and he's gonna get out. Here's Leona though. Well, there's some CC chain on a Master Wattage. There's no Black Shield. They already used it. This is their last ditch effort. It's a 3-for-1 so far. Renekton, or Cho'Gath, excuse me, is running for his life. Kaisa's in the bot lane farming solo dolo. They might just run it here. They have the wave. Shen's TPing in, and 25 minutes into the game, I think this is it. Anivia with the BM wall locking in Spruce, cover or Till Truth, and that's it. That's a 14k gold lead, 25 minutes in. Really from Lord Buckethead's side. Lots to be proud of in that performance. And any final words, Bishank, to wrap it up? Okay, we'll take that as a no. Well, from everyone of us at Legends League, thanks so much for tuning in, and GG's.